Back on the Wednesday edition of Studio 12 from the south end zone of Kyle Field. Matt Simon with you, and I've kicked Will out of the booth. I have a severe upgrade. This is a significant upgrade here. I've got Samantha Shao and Tori Vidales with us here. Aggie softball. What a weekend for you guys out in Palm Springs. Tori, but I think if you keep winning, you keep coming on the show, we'll just kick Will off the set completely.
Hey, sounds good.
I think
I'm
that
here.
works. I think that works for
I
sure.
can cut my hair.
You can keep the hair. That's
Okay.
okay. We allow it.
Thank goodness.
So the Aggies go 5-0 at the 6-0 at the Mary Nutter Classic out in Palm Springs. The wins over 3 ranked teams, 11-1 on the season, and moved up to I believe 16 in the latest poll that just came out this week. Samantha, we'll start with you. First off, congrats on the start to the season. Could you have scripted maybe a better start to your freshman campaign in softball?
Not even in my wildest dreams would I have thought that this would be the outcome of my first tournament. It was such an amazing experience.
But from a perspective standpoint, Tori, obviously it's a great start to the season, but you've got so much more to play. So you've got to find that balance between excitement and kind of staying grounded, don't you?
Right. So with us going up in the polls, I think it's a great thing for us to be really encouraged and to look at that we have a bright future, but at the same time, we don't want to peak too early. So we have a very long season ahead of us, and I think if we're staying consistent throughout the whole entire year, then we can do great things, but the key is to not get too hyped now and then kind of let it dwindle as the year goes on.
You've beaten UCLA. You've beaten Washington. You've beaten Arizona. You've beaten UCF, who's a top 20 team. What's been the most impressive thing to you, Tori, about your team so far through the first 12 games?
Honestly, I think the team effort. So we have our starters, but not only are the starters putting in effort to each game, the bench is also being so amazing for us and helping us out when we need it. So when we come back in to hit and we're getting our thing going at the plate, they are so loud, just really getting things going in the dugout. And that energy makes such a difference when you're playing, and knowing that your teammates are in there being so unselfish for you and trying to help you out and trying to help the team win. I think that's something that's really helped us throughout the weekend. And also just us being hot. Our bats are so hot right now, and I think once you start hitting, your defense will come together, but your pitchers know that you're going to have their back, so they can give up a few runs here and there because we're going to get them back.
And I see you nodding over there, Samantha. I mean, obviously you've been an elite pitcher for a long time, but to make the transition to college, it's not necessarily an easy thing. How nice is it to know what you've got offensively and what you've got defensively? Does that help you relax as a pitcher?
Definitely, and I've learned that as the game's progressed. I've always been a strikeout pitcher, maybe 1 or 2 hits in a game, and now it's to the point where they're hitting me and they're scoring runs, but we have more runs. We're producing at the plate, and that takes pressure off me, and then that pressure that gets taken off me, I put on the defense, because if I let them hit the ball, they're going to make the plays I need them to make.
Does that make it easier for you to throw, I guess, that you don't have to
Yes.
come up there and strike everybody out, I guess?
Yeah, for sure.
What's it been like for you being able to move around a little bit? You played a little first base this weekend. You've hit, obviously you're hitting and hitting well. How much fun has that been for you to be able to play both ways?
I mean, just to contribute on both sides of the game is amazing. I've always hit and I've always pitched. So to be able to come in here and get to do both in the SEC, I mean, it's amazing.
Samantha Shao and Tori Vidales with us here on Studio 12. The Aggies at Houston tonight. You'll be able to listen to that on our sister station, 1550 KWBC. And then they host the Texas A&M Invitational. 2 games Friday afternoon, 2 games Saturday afternoon, and 1 game on Sunday before they head back out to California. Tori, road trip down to Houston, your hometown basically. I know your brother is on the baseball team down there. Has he told you whether or not he's going to be able to make an appearance?
He actually did. He he made a comment to one of his friends' parents that they were bringing the entire team. So I'm expecting all of their team to be there. So we needed a little reserve section for them in the stand somewhere. And our sugar daddies are coming as well. So
Cool.
we'll see how that works out with them hassling their team, but they can be biased because they got fans on both.
I was about to say that it's probably, I bet it's going to be 50-50 between the baseball team. Because,
Oh, yeah.
he's going to probably be, I'm sure he knows a lot of their softball players as well. So,
Yeah.
But he knows who he's supposed to cheer for.
Oh, he better. It's funny because that does happen whenever Houston plays A&M in baseball. I'm like, sorry, Josh, I don't know. I might have to pull for A&M. And he's like, you better not, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know who I'm cheering for. Only you and A&M. So
So it kind of tied it off.
oh,
there.
yeah.
Samantha, you're from East Bernard, pretty close to Houston, relatively close to Houston there. Fun to be able to play. Obviously, you're close to home here, but to be able to play a game on the road close to a bunch of family and friends.
Right, yeah. So I went to Pearland my first years of high school. So I'm from Houston, and I have a lot of family members from the Houston area. So to be able to have my family, a lot of family up in the stands and be able to play in front of them is just going to be really cool.
Got to be a lot of wheeling and dealing for the comp tickets you guys get, huh? Trading it off there. Is everybody hitting up Trinity? It's like, hey, can we buy?
That's so funny because, like, whenever we do need extra tickets, like, especially when the bigger series get here, people are like, does anybody have extra tickets? Anybody? But it's like in our group me, it's like, do you have 2? Do you have 3? Do you have 1? So it's like, who's going to have all these extra tickets? Like, everybody's coming to the game. So it's going to be a funny situation because a lot of people are from the Houston area and closer to that area, so all of our parents and some of our friends will be there, so it'll be cool to see.
Samantha, what was it like for you to play your first series at home? The home tournament in front of the home crowd. You come on recruiting visits, you've seen it, but to be in the dugout, to have the support of the Sugar Daddies, and then y'all had a fantastic crowd for the Sam Houston State game. Just talk about what that means to have the people in the stands.
It was like surreal. I've watched since my freshman year of high school. I've come to games, just dreaming of playing on the field and getting to have my own sugar daddy in the stands cheering for me. And then to actually get out and start a game and have my sugar daddy up there, yelling. They were making me laugh on the mound. I hope you couldn't see through my mask or anything, but it's such a cool feeling. Like, I would have never expected it to feel like this. And, just my love for the game has grown so much since starting.
I don't know if y'all talk to the other kids on the other teams, but maybe casually after a game or something. I guess maybe you might have known some of the Sam Houston players, but do you get the sense that the other team really enjoys, they're picking on them, but in a fun way, but do they enjoy getting to play in front of a crowd like that? Because it's got to be rare. I mean, it can't be a thing you see very often.
I mean, I personally don't know anyone from the team, but I forgot who it was. They came in the dugout and they were like, the first baseman's getting so mad. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, when the Sugar Daddies, when they do like ball 6, ball, or I think they were on ball 4, and the girl had 2 balls on her. So the first baseman was like, she doesn't even have 4 balls. Like, it's not even going to be the 4th ball. It's going to be the 3rd. They don't even know what they're talking about. And I'm like, you don't get it. Like, you don't get what they're doing, but
they're in your head already.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They win. Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get you to laugh, trying to put you out of your place. So I think they did a great job at that.
Tori Vidales, Samantha Shaw with us. Aggie softball in action tonight against Houston on the road, and then home this weekend in the Texas A&M Invitational. 2 games Friday, 2 games Saturday, and a game on Sunday. You'll be able to listen to all the action on 1550 KWBC. Samantha, I remember from the times I traveled with the team, the first road trip, the freshmen, or I think that it's either a dance up and down the bus or a song or something.
Spotlight.
Which song did you which song did you get to sing on that one?
I volunteered to go first.
That's actually a brilliant move.
It
is.
is.
To get it out of the way.
It really is.
Yeah. And I picked a Miley Cyrus song.
Oh my gosh.
Because people just weren't expecting me to come out there and sing the song that I did. It's called "Get It Right."
Okay.
Go look up the lyrics.
Yeah, we might have to. What was your song, Tori? Do you remember?
I haven't gone yet. Do you have any suggestions?
You haven't got. Do you have to go? I thought you only did it as a freshman.
No. Okay. So yeah, you're like mandatory freshman year. Like, you have to do it.
So
and
what
then,
did you sing last year?
Big Girls Don't Cry. And, I had a little bit of morning voice. Sounded a little more like growling than singing. But, I'm here to redeem myself this year. So I'm picking a good song. I'm going to get it.
It was fun for me. Like, I want to go again.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. You're just like there, and you literally just want to get your teammates to laugh. So it's fun to be up there and just making a fool of yourself because, they're about to do the same thing. Yeah. So super fun.
But so you could tell here, with you guys laughing here, and you guys get along so well, you can see it on the field. Samantha, what's that like to be so close with your teammates? You're competing to win. You're competing to win championships, but that's got to be huge.
No, yeah. I've never been on a team that had this much chemistry and just laughed and, really understood each other, I guess. So it's nice because as a pitcher to know that there is that bond with your defense and even with the bench, they're always making me laugh. They're always there for me too. As soon as I come in the dugout, the pitching staff that's not on the field, they're patting me on the back and telling me how good of a job I'm doing. So it's just nice and it's relaxing too.
And Tori, I know, obviously you're best hitter on the team, but you also get locked in on what everyone else is doing out there. I mean, you're always constantly. I remember a game, must have been the same. One of the games this weekend. You struck out or you were out, but instead of getting frustrated about it, you're walking back to the dugout and you're telling Callie on deck, "This is what I saw." I mean, how much does that mean to kind of help your teammates and then them help you as well?
I think a big part of the game is being able to forget your past. So being able to wipe clean the slate of, oh my gosh, I just struck out. Like, you can either go and pout in the dugout, which I've never been a fan of. I don't like that. But you going back and helping them, you need someone else to pick you up. So if you're not doing well, you need someone else to. So that's how you win the game. And I just love being in the dugout, in the front of the dugout, because I can talk to them and I can like really yell at them. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but I always yell at the players and I'm like, hey, like stay in your legs, or like I have like little cues for each person. So like with Sam, it's like more, hey, get in your legs. Like, I know you're tired from pitching, but you really got to focus on that back leg. With Erica, it's more so throw that top hand. Like, I know you can do it. And I always call her Nugs when she's up to bat. I'm like, here we go, Nugs. And for her, that's just like that comforting thing just to hear. And she's like, I love when you say that when I'm up at bat. So, like, I make sure I say it. And I think just being there for your teammates, if I'm not doing good, like, they need to do great. And I'm just as excited for them when they do great. And I think us this weekend being able to pick each other up just really shows how important that is for a team to really have each other's backs.
Now, before we let y'all go, I know you've been on the show several times, but this is Samantha's first time. So the show revolves around food. It pretty much always revolves around food. So any fun places to eat, anything that you guys experienced in Palm Springs? Did you get any time outside of just the normal meals? Or any unique places you got to go?
Yeah, the last night that we were there, I went with a couple families to this little Mexican restaurant that was like a hole in the wall.
Oh,
and
yes.
It was scary at
Those
the
are the
place
best.
where it was at, and I was like, I don't know if I even want to go in. And then we went inside, and it was really good food. I think it was like San Miguel something. I don't know. It was good food.
Those are the best places.
They really are.
Oh, yeah.
The little, yeah.
Hole in the wall.
I mean, it wasn't Tex-Mex, so it wasn't like the best, but it was good.
All right.
It's authentic.
Yeah, that's the best place like that. Do you find any places? I guess most of the families travel, don't they?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
My
it
parents
just kinda
didn't go to
depends.
this one,
Yeah, my
but
parents didn't go
the
either.
last time we went, I don't even remember where we went to, but it was some place and it said like Mexican food. And I was like, all right, well, we're about to see. So I go in and we order tacos and my dad's like, hey, get some queso. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, do you guys have queso? They're like, you mean like cheese?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
never mind. Just forget it.
Just never mind. Just never mind. Tori Vidales, Samantha Shao, thank you guys for coming out. Good luck tonight and good luck this weekend
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
at the Texas A&M Invitational. Aggies and the University of Houston tonight in Houston. You can listen to it on 1550 KWBC all weekend long, the Texas A&M Invitational. 2 games Friday, 2 games Saturday, 1 game on Sunday. 1550 KWBC, and then SEC Network Plus has the broadcast.